What would you learn in a concealed carry tactics class? Could you benefit from that? Well, there are now 28 states where you don't need a permit to carry concealed. I think that's awesome for freedom, but without any training whatsoever, are you prepared for that life and death scenario? Next 2 days, we're going to be running students through a concealed carry tactics class, the Savage experience, new gun from Savage, the Stance XR, extra rounds. So we're going to be running a lot of rounds through a brand new gun, and the students are going to be learning a lot of ways to defend themselves and their families. This is a concealed carry class, but you still have to work the fundamentals: grip, trigger, sights, all that stuff.
This is all I want you to do. Just draw, present, fire a single shot.
So we're kind of getting our first shots, getting comfortable. One of the things that we're noticing on this gun is you can definitely work the trigger wall, meaning you can press that trigger to the rear, find that wall. There's a definite wall there, and then you just press right through. So that's a good training thing for you. And for a defensive gun, it's kind of what you might expect. Being that you teach concealed carry and that you're taking this, how would you explain the difference to someone in a required 8-hour concealed carry class versus this type of thing?
The required 8-hour concealed carry class is very, very basic.
Yes.
Dealing with the operation of the gun,
Yeah.
proper grip, proper sight alignment, what have you. This gets a little more into the operating of the gun and handling the gun in a basic 8-hour course. We don't deal with draw. We don't deal with...
Which is funny because you're thinking about
It's
concealed carry.
yeah.
So I'm here today to introduce you to the all-new Stance XR. If you're familiar with Savage in our handgun line, you know that this isn't the first version of Stance that we've had. A couple years ago, we launched our Stance, probably what I'll call the 1.0. Two things were missing from that we've now solved with the XR. XR stands for extra rounds. So you're gonna see, it comes with a 10+1 capacity, which Stance 1.0 did, but you're also gonna have a 13+1. So you're gonna have that extended capacity in the magazine. The other thing you're gonna see here is it's now optics ready. We've got a system called QRO, Quick Release Optic, which is gonna let you easily dismount and remount. If you want an optic on it, the plate comes off easily with a quick detent of a spring. Otherwise, you can run it with just the sights that come on the gun. So all new Stance XR. Check it out, savagearms.com.
So sideways gun is this. This is a drill that I came up with about 20 some years ago with the Air Marshals. So this thumb locks down this finger. So when I draw and present, I'm already there. Draw, present. As soon as that gun goes off, I quickly reset during recoil, and I'm back to the pressure wall. I'm ready to fire my next shot. And you can start pressing. Scary at first. Another
you definitely get a lot more blast right here.
There's some desensitization that goes on here too, because people that are deathly afraid of the blast, man, this scares the shit out of them. I like usually I get somebody else's gun, I'm like, whew, I just got to crank off one just to get it over with.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me a nice controlled pair. Your trigger finger. So you could actually jump back into that pressure wall a little bit harder, and he could shoot a little faster and a little better if he did. For some people, they say, man, I wish we'd have done that drill the first day. I wish that was the first drill we did, because they spend so much time touching the trigger, whacking the trigger. Because, you know, when your finger's on the trigger, it's on the trigger, right? But it could be more on the trigger and be even more ready, couldn't it? Yeah. We're gonna have you guys pair up on the spots in between where there's no T-post. You're gonna pair up, you're gonna get into position. We will come by and check it out. And if you're okay, then we'll say, okay, you guys can start shooting and stuff like that, okay?
Dave, tell me about sideways gun. You've never done anything like that, right?
I'm new to this. It's different for me, and I will say it's much easier to find the trigger wall or the pressure wall when you're doing it sideways.
Yeah.
It's a lot different, yes.
What is it that made it so helpful?
So number one, I can see exactly what my finger's doing. Two, I can feel it because it's up against my body. And it just made it easier experience for me. So
Another magazine.
I see what he's saying. And,
I hand loaded
if you
it
do
up
this,
from-
you'll understand, but I get why you can't.
So firing from a seated position, there's two ways. There's two schools of thought. I can push back into the chair with my feet. I'm really stable this way. If I had to lean out, I could do that. Or I could sit up and shoot from here, but I mean, why not use that chair for support if I can, correct? If I had to get elevation, yeah, I'd probably come up a little bit. But from here, on the threat command, gun comes out, up. There's nothing that needs to be fast about this. There may be a time when you have to be fast, but let's just learn how to do it nice and easily.
Tim, have you ever done shooting from a chair?
I have not. Excellent drill.
Yeah? What do you think?
I love it. I love it. I eat at restaurants a lot. I've got the people I eat with trained as to what seat I'm going to take,
Right?
and I want them to know I can draw and put him down if I need to.
I saw a couple people that got up and went, got your feet right before you can shoot. Got to have your feet right. Bullshit. Shooting happens from the waist up. Where your feet are is where you shoot from.
All right, wrapping up, the rain's running us off, but 2 days of training with the new Savage Stance XR concealed carry pistol. Concealed carry is a serious deal. You have to be prepared for what happens. To see all of Gun Talk's content, go to guntalk.com, guntalktv.com, or sign up for the Gun Talk newsletter.